But let's look at the good news again. If there's no solution on the battlefield, 3 factors can account for the prevention of ethnic conflict and civil war or for sustainable peace afterwards: leadership, diplomacy, and institutional design. Both successes and failures teach us several critically important things that we need to bear in mind if we want the good news to continue. First, leadership. In the same way in which ethnic conflict and civil war are not natural but man-made disasters, their prevention and settlement does not happen automatically either. Leadership needs to be capable, determined, and visionary in its commitment to peace. Leaders need to connect to each other and to their followers, and they need to bring them along on what is an often long and arduous journey into a peaceful future. Second, diplomacy. Diplomacy needs to be well-resourced, sustained, and apply the right mix of incentives and pressures on leaders and followers. It needs to help them reach an equitable compromise, and it needs to ensure that a broad coalition of local, regional, and international supporters help them implement their agreement. Third, institutional design. Institutional design requires a keen focus on issues, innovative thinking, and flexible and well-funded implementation. Conflict parties need to move away from maximum demands and towards a compromise that recognizes each other's needs. And they need to think about the substance of their agreement much more than about the labels they want to attach to them. Conflict parties also need to be prepared to return to the negotiation table if the agreement implementation stalls. For me personally, the most critical lesson of all is this: local commitment to peace is all important, but it is often not enough to prevent or end violence. Yet no amount of diplomacy or institutional design can make up for local failures and the consequences that they have. Therefore, we must invest in developing leaders. Leaders that have the skills, vision, and determination to make peace. Leaders, in other words, that people will trust and that they will want to follow, even if that means making hard choices. A final thought. Ending civil wars is a process that is fraught with dangers, frustrations, and setbacks. It often takes a generation to accomplish, but it also requires us, today's generation, to take responsibility and to learn the right lessons about leadership, diplomacy, and institutional design, so that the child soldiers of today can become the children of tomorrow. Thank you.